All righty, folks. All righty, all righty, all righty. Let me get all of this situated so I don't have to do that. All right, so today we're talking about the bigger they are. And so, once again, I am Mr. Soul of a Man 504, aka the Monel Russ. Ladies and gentlemen, I am your spiritual consultant, author, writer extraordinaire. So, today we are talking about the bigger they are. And that goes into what is going on maybe naturally in your life, problems. When I thought about the bigger they are, you know that old saying, the bigger they are, the harder they fall. That goes into something that's standing in front of you, maybe, whatever naturally that may be. When I think of something biblical, I think of the David and Goliath story. Maybe that resonates with you, where you are right now in your life. That story of triumph, and the story of perseverance. The story of you having to step up and stand out in your in whatever given situation that is right in front of you, in this and naturally in this day and age. Let me get some water here. So what giant thing stands in front of you, in the now, that you have to conquer, and that you naturally have to triumph, and that you naturally have to triumph over, and that you have to get over yet another hump. But in this phase of things, this feels like it's something greater than what you have what you had to naturally get over before. Whatever this thing is, it feels like, it feels like this time it's different, but it also feels like once you get over it, everything is everything is naturally on cruise control. If you have, let's say, if you have a fear of flying and you get on the plane, and you know how the plane takes off, you're going to altitude, your ears pop, and then once you get to, I don't know, whatever 1,000 feet, the plane starts to glide and cruise until you get to your destination safely. So what's happening right now is that the altitude around you is changing. The atmosphere around you, is naturally changing. You know how, if you get on a plane by yourself, you're probably not going to recognize anybody unless it's a million and one shot. You just run into somebody that you're like, oh, hey, there's such and such. I know someone on the plane. That's why I love short plane rides, man. I just get on, get off, go to wherever I'm going to, and enjoy myself. But anyway, so, but naturally, where you're going, um, it's going to feel very new, and it's going to feel naturally brand new to you. So, and again, we're talking about the bigger they are. And be mindful of the people be mindful of the people that are around you, that are just naturally just trying to, okay, no, no, very good. So be mindful of the people that are around you, that are just trying to latch on to you. But as you go higher, those people are going to, because everybody, it's always often said that, everybody can't cope with you. That's because this is why, because this is your journey, and this is unique to you. And if you have an amazing partnership with somebody, y'all are in it together, great. Y'all are going to continue to rise together. That's just what that is, because you both have put in the work. But if this is a solo thing for you, the people that you're going to need when you need them, on that journey, they're going to surround you. They're going to come into your life, be it for a few weeks, months, whatever it is, however long that partnership or that dance continues to go on. But once the song changes, then your dance partner changes. and that's just naturally how that is. But now you should be at that point where you're shifting your mindset. It shouldn't be anymore like I can't, because it all starts in the mind. That's how it works. It all it all starts in the mind. And sometimes I have that issue myself. But you call something in and it doesn't come in fast enough, and you're like, it's you know manifestation stuff and blah blah blah. It's what are these people talking about? Is name it and claim it, speak it and receive it, and all of that stuff. It's like, well, where's my the signal is distorted, because your mind is your mind is all over the place. Whatever it is that you do to naturally clear your mind, you need to do that. And you need to naturally do that in the now. For a lot of us, we've been working diligently on things, not just this year or this month, but for a few years to culminate where it is we're going to next. And we needed to do this. A lot of us are going to get a lot of high validation moving forward into this next year, and this is going to be a lot of the crowning achievements. But this is just the beginning, for us. And we sat down and we cheered everybody else, and that was cool. And we saluted them, and now it's our turn to go to now it's our turn to go to the top of Mount Everest, so to speak, and to plant our flag. Or now it's our time to boldly go where we have not gone yet before, to fly to the moon, and to go to infinity and beyond, and to plant flags in all of these different atmospheres and places, naturally around the world. That this journey is going to take you, because you were diligent, because you slayed, you naturally slayed all of the giants that you had to. And believe me, there were a lot of them. There was depression and anxiety and self-doubt, non-belief, the wanting to give up over and over and over again, and to having to start back from, maybe naturally from scratch, whatever you were just like, God, oh man. But whatever that is, or whatever that naturally was, you continue to move and you continue to grow. And that's just how that is. And that's just, and you're going to be, it's beautiful when you have the highest authority over your life. And I'm not talking about not talking about your little boss or your little manager at your job with their little titles and all of that crap. I'm not worrying about them. I'm talking about going out there and getting hours now, seriously. Because, and another thing, getting over that giant leap over, what did Neil Armstrong say? It's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind. So this is one giant, you took the small steps. Now we're taking the giant leap to go where it is that we are boldly going, and we are boldly going there, and we are being very much so unapologetic about it. I know I am. If yeah, sure, man. But all I could say is that it's been for a lot of us, it's been a long time coming. Especially if you are someone who is trying to get a foothold in a very crowded market. Like if you're on social media, it may feel like everybody's on social media now. Everybody. If you're on TikTok, you're like, gotta get to 1,000 subscribers so I can go live. And, like I've scanned some of these lives, and these. But anyway, just do yourself a favor and just, if you're looking for a certain live on here, just do a keyword search. So maybe you can find something, a lot of it is just, a lot of it is satire and comedy. So 99% of it. But, hey, there are a lot of characters out here. But if you are a writer, man, these people are great. Uh, they're great ammunition to put in your creative guns, so to speak, and just to make someone make, because they have some characters on here, man. I'm a character. People might say, "Oh, that guy." People are telling me, "Oh man, you're so silly. I can't take you so." It's what it is out here. But getting back to what I was talking about, getting over, getting over the hump, man. Getting over the hump may also mean getting over yourself. You may have been, and that sometimes that's sometimes that's naturally a hard pill to swallow. It is, when you're the person that's like, "Well, what is it, man? What is it? What is that thing that's been holding me back all the time?" And you look in the mirror, you have to really take a hard look at yourself. And you're like, you know what? Yeah, it was me. Because maybe like myself, I was trying all these different backup plans. Like, let me go back to school. And there's nothing wrong with going back to school if that is your one solid plan. You're like, hey, I'm gonna go back to school and I'm gonna change careers and and do this and until I retire. Okay, good. That's great. For some of us, it's just not like that. For some of us, there's only naturally a plan A, and you ask for certain things, and you will get these things, and and then while you're going through these things, there are all of these lessons and understandings, and all of this stuff that you naturally have to go through, to get to where you're trying to get to, and it's like, man, I should just you know, we're basically just trying to figure, just trying to figure this whole thing out. I remember I saw a meme about, somebody said, "Hey, I'm in my early 20s, and I hope by the time I'm such and such age, I'm not trying to figure it out." And people came in and commented. They were like, "Well, sorry to let you know, but I am in my 30s. I am this age, and I'm still trying to figure it out." So and that's the thing. That's the thing with this whole journey of humanity. We always, so it's always just naturally trying to figure it out. But if you have something that you have been working on, and you feel like, man, really feel like this time, this whatever that thing is, like this is going to change a lot, and more is going to continue to come, because once you finish that, whatever that masterpiece is that you've been working on, that's going to continue to, that's going to continue to take you up to those next levels. The world is craving brilliant ideas from brilliant minds and brilliant people. Maybe you're one of these individuals. Maybe you've been stuck, like literally stuck in whatever situation, you are, wherever, maybe you were stuck, in a certain gear, so to speak. But the important thing is that you matured along this journey, like I have matured along this journey. I have put book after book after book after book out. And I've always been independent in my writing. I don't have a book dealer and that stuff. I mean, I know all of that stuff is coming, but um, it's like every book I put out, it's like, okay, cool. This is going to be the book that's going to take me to the next level. And every time I put a book out, something great happens. Don't get me wrong, but it's always layered, man. It's always climbing that ladder. It's always climbing that ladder and shifting the altitudes, changing my attitude, and not being afraid of the heights. Seriously, not being afraid of the heights, because every time I go up, something more brilliant happens. I get booked on this podcast or whatever it is, and I get a chance to I get a chance to meet other amazing and brilliant writers while they're out there on their grind, even though I don't pay a whole lot of attention to that, but I'm like, wow, they're still gone. You know what? I have to still go to. I gotta, and I don't get caught up in there are all of these people and blah blah. It's not my problem. it's not. I have to show up for the people that are going to show up. That's just what it is, because I know what I'm doing, and it's sometimes it's because you're the one that has to go through it. You have to get over that, whatever that big thing is, in your life. Maybe that's you. Maybe that's some kind of that mountain. Maybe that's some kind of trauma you have inside of yourself. You got to get over. But just continuing to grow, man, and just continuing to, for me, it's always continuing to naturally. And I'm gonna come back live later on tonight, and I'm gonna do a part 2 for this, just for you guys. Yes. You're growing on me, TikTok. You're growing on me. So I'm gonna come back later on tonight and do a part 2. But and yes, I'll come back for you guys as well. But yeah, it's just continuing. It's just that continuing, that continuous growth, that foundation, that that you've everything that you always needed. That to continue to push yourself. Your successes, and one thing you don't want to do, compare your success to anybody else's in the world, because that is uniquely for you. Just like you have a key on your key ring to your car, your whatever it is, that uniquely starts that vehicle. That is for you, and that is just not necessarily for anybody or anything else out there. So just remember that, man. Like, you already have a lot of those keys to success. And I get things happen. I get it. Life happens, and that is what that is. And friendships and bonds and things are, going to be broken. But just like David's story in the Bible, he slayed Goliath, and he went on to be the king of Israel. And he just became this great man, and you're going to become this great individual. And no matter what that is, if you're a teacher, teaching people, and having them to grow, cultivating those little minds. And when I say little minds, I'm talking about the children, and their big ambitions, and helping to guide and to shape them into who they, into naturally who they are, and who they're becoming. So remember, you're still in the journey of the becoming, and you're going to go on and do something masterful with what it is that you have. And that's all it's all that, and you're again moving forward. The next step is going to be the validation, the crowning achievement, and and everything that and everything that goes along with that. How that old saying, that old saying, what is that looking at me? Oh, that old saying, what goes around comes around. Some people believe in karma, some people don't. But I'm telling you, man, I've seen some things, but you have climbed that mountain, you have conquered, you did not give up. You had to, whatever that hard reset was or is that you're going through, or that you had to go through, you went through it, and you took it on the chin. Like I used to watch old clips of Muhammad Ali box, and I've never seen anybody talk trash to people while they were in a boxing match. And I mean, this dude was just ducking and diving and doing that Ali shuffle, and I was like, man. And that's the same way you have to do it, man. While you're keeping that that mindset focus. It is that laser like focus. While you may have your heart is beating and whatever that is, but always remember, you have got the heart of a champion. So yeah, and that is just for you. For you and you and you. like that Usher challenge was going on. I'm not a singer, so I am not even gonna try. Hey there, young lady. How are you? I don't know if you're still there or not, but yeah, man. But so much more to do, so much more growth. Just like on here, it's the first step is like social media. The first step is setting up your page and getting all of your stuff together, and once you getting your lighting and all of that stuff, and then maybe if you're on TikTok, getting to 1,000 people and figuring out like, okay, when's the best time for me to go live? Should I go live like early in the morning, or should I? I think it's just like people tell me it's the consistency. It is just the consistency, and even though I have been consistent with it, I have to be, even I have to be like the Kobe Bryant commercial. It's like you have to be more. You just have to continue to be more and just continue. You got to continue to push it, even though you feel like, oh man, I'm so tired and these kids and school and this and I got all my dreams and this and that. Just got to dig in, man. You gotta, you gotta dig in. And for me, I never, even though I don't have kids, but my battle is in the mind. I go through all of this mental stuff in my mind, and like finding that, lighting that fuse every day, getting myself up and pushing, man, and grinding this thing out, making this thing truly 100% legit, and not not being about just the talk, but being about that walk, and being, this is me being committed to my journey, to myself, and just going and just making this thing happen. Like no matter what, through the holidays and all that, me, I'm not worried about Christmas and all that stuff. That's not, I'm I got bigger things to focus on, in the now. I'm enjoy the rest of December holidays. That's all cool, but I still have work to do. Just like you still have work to do. You don't want to wait till New Year's and all of that stuff. You definitely don't want to wait till like New Year's and be like, oh, okay, cool, have New Year. New Year, new me. Let me go join the gym and get all of this new stuff started now. It starts in the mind. It's the shifts. When you're calling stuff in, really starts in the mind. And do you have the heart to go continue to move forward, to go ahead and get whatever it is that's coming towards you? And believe you me, it is coming. Whatever that thing that you cried about and you wanted in that relationship, now you want out the relationship, and now you got a whole lot more to deal with in said situation than what you had even before you had going in. But hey, sometimes in life we call those audibles, and those things come in and they shift. They continue to shift our perception and everything that we're naturally dealing with, everything that we naturally uh, have to go through. But you're going through what you're going to. Let me say that again. You're going through what you're going to. So whatever, however this journey naturally looked or it feels like, of course it's going to be unique to you. And you may be like, so man, you don't understand, and and this and that and all of this stuff. I get it. We all went through 2020, 2021, 2022. These years are just flying by now. So with that said, got to use that time wisely, man. Got to use that time wisely. And a lot of that, whatever it was that you used to do, yeah, you can still travel and whatever, have fun. Yeah, of course, enjoy your life. Nobody's not telling you to do that. But there's, especially if you're walking a more of a definitive spiritual path, it comes with more, because I always have, my ears are always ringing, my angels and my ancestors, like your ancestors need you to do this, they need you to do that, they need you to. I'm like, look, I'm like, come on, man. I was like, look, I got, and then your real life, whatever that may look like, expect what did Rick Ross say that little meme? False. What is it? False something, false expectations or something like that. Anyway, but you have the beautiful part about it is like getting over what the bigger they are. Once you chop down that tree, or once you studied, you passed all your tests, and you get that degree and you get that job and all of that stuff. That's the validation. It feels good, but you still have to put in more work. Because you still have you still we still have a lot more living to do down here. That's all. That's so true. And you want to feel relevant. Like I said, the relevance, the relevance is coming. That's going to be a big thing coming in next year. I was talking about the validation. How you're going to feel valid when you get whatever it is that you're getting, and the it's like one thing is going to be connected to the other thing. So if you have like a physical storefront, that's going to be connected to the online traffic is going to the online traffic is going to come in to help you with that. The online traffic is going to come in to help you with whatever it is. So use this whole thing to the internet to your advantage. Don't let it. Don't ever feel like it controls you. You control it. That's how that goes. That's because you have this these amazing spiritual abilities. Not just that, but you got all of these different beings around you, man, God and everything else in between. But below that that helps you to move and believe. They do a lot of that heavy lifting. We feel like, down here that, oh, woe is me and this and that. And we cry over little things. And, we have, imagine if we had to do all of that other heavy lifting, we'd really be down here. Boo-hoo. But, they do a lot of, they break those ties, break those friendships, move those people out of your way. Sometimes it may not feel good, but it's right though, and it's right because that execution, you have other things that you naturally have to do. Your path is so clear, your path and your vision could be clear, but your path could be blocked. But once everything is clear, you gotta go for what you know. Yeah, man. So I think that's enough for me running my mouth from here. So just remember, the bigger they are, the bigger the gratitude and the extra amazing things that are naturally coming in your life. And like I said, I'm going to go rest and I'm going to get some other stuff done, and I'll be back on here later, man. But thank you guys so much for joining me. I am Mr. Solo Man 504, aka the Monoverse, and I will catch y'all on that flip side. As always, I'm out this piece. Don't forget the book, Your Spiritual Consultations, folks. Just go to my link tree. But as always, I'm out to speak.